be here for over a year to do the long course. They call it the long course. And at the time, I was like, no. I was like, I want to go to the team.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how hungry I was at that point. I was ready.
Yeah.
Ready to finally be there and do the job. I was prepared. I knew medicine to be a good medic, and I was ready just to actually to be a SEAL. Because when you're at SOCM, the med school, all you are is inundated with medicine. You're not learning anything SEALs, operators at all. It's just 100% medicine.
Okay.
Which it has to be that way to make you a good medic. So you get removed a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was so eager to go to a team and just start operating. Like I wanted to be a SEAL. So I was ready. I was ready to get after it.
What was it like walking in the platoon hut that first time? I mean, I know you showed up to SEAL Team 4. I know you jumped in a platoon that was coming back from war. And here you are, green, probably overly motivated, as most new guys are.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are coming home from, was it Iraq?
Yeah, I was going to one troop. These dudes were in Iraq. And they were just on like their last month of being there, about to be coming home.
And they were getting it over there.
Yeah. And majority of those guys have already been there 2 times, some 3.
So was that intimidating for you?
Very intimidating, because I was at the time, only me and a couple other new guys were the only ones going into one troop, which was the CENTCOM troop. The guys that were going to war.
So you knew as soon as you showed up, you were going to war.
I was going to one troop, Iraq, which is responsible for the AO CENTCOM. So I knew inevitably I was going to go to Iraq. That was kind of in the back of our mind. They didn't say for sure at that time when I first checked in, but I knew I was going to one troop.
It's happening.
It's happening. That's where I'll be going in the future. And definitely nerve-wracking. I was just super intimidated to even go into SEAL Team 4. And then let alone like going to the platoon space, which is like sacred territory for the old guys. You know? So definitely nervous, especially when they got there, when they started trickling in. And then, because when I first showed up, it was like we got our gear, we just got a locker, quarterdeck watch, new guy duties, just new guy stuff all the time. So not really much of anything until they actually showed up. And then they started showing up, and then we actually get to see them. These dudes are war veterans, man. These guys have been there, done that, and we're just over here, just new and green.
Yeah.
Not knowing shit. Just keep my mouth shut.
I imagine they probably weren't the most welcoming bunch of guys.
Yeah. Definitely not. Not at first. No, they didn't all show up at once. They kind of just all half came in, and the half, and they all trickled in. They all went on leave pretty much almost immediately when they got back. But yeah, once they saw us, it was just like blood in the water.
So did you get to do a full train up before you went out the door, or?
Yeah, I did. Full workup.
A full workup.
Yeah.
That's workup's about a workup is a year and a half.
About a year and a half, yeah.
So you did a year and a half train up on top of all the training you just did to get out the door. How long do you think it took to gain the respect of your peers, your new teammates that you're getting ready to go to war with, who they've already been to war? I mean, it
took a while.
You got to man the fuck up and prove yourself to these guys to blend, to get accepted.
It was like showing buds, but I'm showing to the team as a new guy. Everyone's done what you've done and more.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like prove yourself all over again. So that whole stress was again happening, and it was just every single day, just putting out, make sure I'm right place, right time, right kit. I'm always performing, trying to outdo even the new guys.
Yeah.
Trying to stand out, just prove myself I'm worthy. And I don't think it was until damn near deployment that we pretty much got respect, like, hey, okay, full workup.
I like how you just said that you showed up and at the same time you're feeling on top of the world because you just got your trident, you're a SEAL medic, you're checked into SEAL Team 4. The fact that you just said, everybody's already done what I've done, plus more. I mean, that just Just what you've done already by age 21 is fucking impressive. And to have that attitude going in, I mean, that's kudos to you. Because
Yeah.
that's very real.
Yeah,
You show up, you think you're the shit, and then every single person at that team has already done every fucking thing you've done
exactly,
tenfold.
exactly. And when I first showed up there, yeah, us new guys were like on top of the world. It didn't really hit home until we saw these seasoned fucking warfighters coming in the doors. Like, okay,
Yeah,
maybe we need to step the fuck back,
yeah.
humble ourselves a little bit. And it did. It's not like we're really arrogant, but we just got to see it and just were like, okay, we know our place. We need to prove ourselves now.
Were you glad you knew you were going to combat
Yeah,
right off the bat?
yeah, I was glad because that's what we did. That's what we trained to do. I mean, I think I'm lucky, and I'm grateful that I had that, be able to have that opportunity, even as my first pump, be able to go to war. I mean, not many SEALs, even some of the older SEALs that were in my platoon, could even say that.
Yeah,
So that was even rare at that time.
yeah.
Most guys, my LPO at the time has never even been in combat.
Oh shit.
His whole career, you know, so guys going to combat was far from in between. You know, it's kind of luck of the draw. So I was very grateful and lucky to be a part of that platoon.
I mean, that was a very interesting time in the teams. I feel like post 9/11 up to about that point, because there really wasn't a whole hell of a lot going on between Vietnam and 9/11. A couple things here and there, and it created a lot of animosity in the community between the older guys and the newer guys who were coming in and going straight to fucking combat, and other guys. I mean, some guys have retired out of there, you know, and
Right.
never got a chance to do that. But you went right there. Do you feel like you were ready?
I feel like after work up, everything up to that point, I was. Definitely my mind was right. I wanted to go. I felt confident. I felt comfortable with being a part of the platoon. It felt solid. At first, I thought I was going to Iraq and was all geared up for that. And then I ended up switching troops.
Okay.
I needed a medic, and then I'm going to Afghanistan.
You switched troops or switched platoons. They needed a medic, which means you're the fucking primary medic as a new guy going to Afghanistan. Correct?
Yeah.
That's a shit ton of responsibility. How do you think you handled that?
I felt I had it pretty good. I mean, I was mentored up by solid individuals in my original platoon. Solid medics, senior medics, and older guys, because there's only like 5 of us new guys. Majority of the platoon was all senior guys that had, you know, multiple combat, or if not just one. So seasoned, and they brought us up right, and definitely gave me the confidence to fucking succeed and do my job well. And that's how I felt. I mean, I was actually a little bummed and torn that I had to leave my platoon, but then at the same time, I was like really excited to go to Afghanistan because that was a spot.
At what point in the workup did you switch platoons?
At the very end, I was done with workup.
So you just spent a year and a half proving yourself to a new team, only to get removed, put in another new team where you have to prove yourself as a new guy again, and you're the fucking primary medic. I mean,
Yeah, me and 2 other guys.
those are some big shoes to fill.
It was intimidating because I didn't know anybody besides. There's 2 other guys that came with me, the snipers. One was a sniper, so they kind of were a buffer, a little conduit.
They were a little more protective of
Yeah,
their new
because
guy.
I was their new guy. I knew some of the new guys they had, but yeah, same thing. I had to prove myself because they didn't know who I was. They had my other guys kind of vouching for me, but same token, I still got to prove myself.